Hey guys, Claire Fire Dragon here, and welcome back to Locked Heart. I know it's been a very long time, so I've been busy with school and being lazy. Okay, sorry for the long cliffhanger, but we're finally back. I remember nothing leading up to this point. Anyways, let's just get back to it. You're, you're the toy maker. Indeed. I had so many questions to ask. As I opened my mouth, however, an angry voice interrupted me. What is this peasant doing near my house? A man that's standing by the porch spoke up. He was probably in his mid-40s with blonde hair and strikingly handsome features. He reminded me of Solon Dion, only with a dark aura surrounding him. It's funny because her name is Aura. That's Lord Deluxe. I still couldn't believe what I was witnessing the events of the past. I stared at him in awe. The past version of the toy maker stood in front of him holding 3 bears, a large brown one, a yellow one, and a small white one. They were all too familiar to me. Please, it's getting dark, and it would be dangerous for me to travel alone in the forest during the night. I don't have any money. These are all I have. Angered by the toy maker's offer, Lord Deluxe slapped her hands away, scattering the toys across the ground. I have no need for such things. Leave now or suffer the consequences. After his wife died, he drowned himself with work. I looked at the toy maker beside me, who was watching the events somberly. As a result, he became obsessed with power and money. He lost sight of the good man he once was. I looked at the scene again and gasped when I saw a younger version of Royal run outside the house and pick up the teddy bears. Oh, I want to see a little tiny Royal, please. He looked like nothing like the Royal I knew, so innocent and vulnerable. Leave those alone, you brat! The young Royal stepped back, the teddy bears clutched to his chest. I could clearly see him shaking with fear. But... Did you not hear me, child? Your selfishness and wickedness has gone too far, and for that you shall suffer the consequences. Enjoy what you still have today, for it will all be gone tomorrow. The Lord shot her a deadly glare. 3 children, all whom shared blonde hair, peeked behind him. I immediately recognized who they were. Father, what is going on here? Brother, I think we should go back inside. Young Soul clearly looked scared while he tugged his brother's shirt. Oh yeah, Soul is younger. I keep forgetting that. Teddy bears. The youngest daughter happily pointed at the bears Royal was holding. Dion, take your siblings back to their rooms, now. His voice was cold and firm. Yes, Father. Young Dion quickly took their hands and ushered them inside. I want to see like a little cute versions of them. It'd be so cute. Wait! Young Gold broke free from Dion's grasp and ran to the toy maker. She gave her a sweet smile before handing her a beautiful red rose. For you. Let's go now, Gold. This time Dion pulled his sister with him and the siblings disappeared inside. The Lord let out an exasperated sigh before turning his attention back to Royal. Take her out of my sight, boy. But, my lord... Now! He's such a jerk, but understandably, he lost his wife, so... Kind of a thing that's happened before in movies and TV shows and stuff. Without another word, Royal took the toy maker's hand and pulled her away from the mansion. She didn't protest, instead letting him lead her silently. The scene blurred, and then we were standing in the entrance of the forest. Royal handed the bears back to the toy maker. I'm really sorry, ma'am, but you must leave before my lord gets angry with me. The toy maker from the past gazed at the mansion with a sad face. Tomorrow, the Deluxe family will be no more. It's so sad. The surrounding turned black, leaving me and the toy maker alone. I slumped to the ground, as realization dawned on me. The reason why Royal blames himself was because he was the one who ordered to send you away. And that is why the curse isn't completely broken. A warm sensation burned in my chest. I quickly pulled out my locket to find that it was impossibly warm under my skin. I gasped at the color as the color darkened, only noticing now it was covered with more rust than before. That locket belonged to Goldilocks, and that is where I've hidden her heart. She gave it to your mother as a parting gift. I didn't curse your mother like the others, instead sent her home, erasing her memory of the Deluxe as she departed. I wanted to give the Lord Deluxe time to think about his mistakes and learn from them. Unfortunately, he didn't. Remember the barrier? Anger surfaced inside of me. That was the reason why they were trapped here, the reason most of the household died. Why did you have to do that? Did you know how many lives were taken because of that? The Toymaker frowned. The barrier I cast was only to prevent Lord Deluxe himself to leave the mansion. But because of his anger and selfishness, he wanted to keep everyone in the mansion with him. And so the harmless barrier I casted turned into a deadly one. I opened my mouth to say something, but no words came out. How many more lives will be ruined because of Lord Deluxe's sins? Now I felt more determined to help end this curse in order to free everyone from their pains. Tell me, how do we break the curse? I feel like I'm not getting the voice right because it's been like maybe a month or so. I'm so sorry, everybody. You had to take a stretch. The curse was supposed to break once the locket came near Gold's room, but it seems something once again has interrupted the curse. What do you mean? Gold is pure matter. Gold is pure metal, which will definitely tarnish over time, but it should not have rusted. And then the phone rang. That's great. Okay, I'm back. Phone stopped ringing. A heart in distress has wished for the curse to remain as it is. This is what is meddling with my magic. I knew who was troubled, but still, Royal wanted to see Gold again. So why would he make such a wish? That person needs to change of heart in order to break the curse. What can I do to help him? Honestly, I didn't know what I could do. Royal had lowered his defenses to me only once, and I doubted it would happen again. The Toymaker looked at me and gave me a weary smile. Her image slowly evaporated into the darkness. To break the curse, forgiveness must be obtained. That is the only answer I can give. Okay, bye-bye. Bye. Hello again, Royal. It's been a long time since I've seen your face. After my encounter with the Toymaker, I felt like I had reached a dead end. How can I obtain Gold? How can Royal obtain Gold's forgiveness when Gold herself remains a lifeless doll? I roamed around the halls trying to think of a way to solve the dilemma. What am I supposed to do now? I couldn't just hide behind Gold and pretend to forgive Royal for her, could I? This way. I was startled as I heard a familiar voice echoing from the library. Gold? I dashed into the library. There I found a faint image of a girl with golden locks standing beside a certain bookshelf. There she pointed at it before completely I cannot read. My gosh. She pointed at it before she completely disappeared. Gold must have hidden something here. Maybe it could help me break the curse. With so many books neatly placed on the shelf, I was pretty sure it would take me a while, especially when I had no idea what to look for in the first place. You should have at least given me a clue or something. With a heavy sigh, I looked at the shelf, determined to find whatever it was she needed me to find. Now. Boop. Yes, that was just a thing. Oh, how is this a thing? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's see. Royal, what? Middle. I started looking for what Gold wanted me to find, but there was nothing special in any of these books at all. What am I supposed to be looking for anyways? I sighed until I slumped. Hello. What are you doing? I had been so focused on my task I didn't know Royal come into the room. He was staring hard at the pile of books on the floor, obviously irritated. I had just cleaned the library today. Sorry, I was looking for something. Royal walked towards me, crossing his arms. Was it so important you had to mess up this shelf? I remember Gold pointing at this shelf. Yes, I'll clean it up when I'm done, so don't worry about Mr. Grumpy Bear. Something hard struck my head. Ow, that hurt. I cried out as I massaged my aching head. I stared at the book that had fallen out. How to grow roses successfully? I looked at the book in my hands, noticing a small gap between the pages. I opened the book and found a rose pressed with a note. And there I found a pressed rose with a note that had the word smile on it. Could this be the one Gold had wanted me to find? Royal's eyes widened as he looked at the book and the items I found. He gingerly took the flower and the letter from me, a faint smile dancing across his lips. Oh, he's just smiling! I gave this to Gold back when she had been so upset when all the roses she was taking care of had wilted. I told her it wasn't her fault, and that I don't remember the voice. I know I gave him this voice before, but I can't give him that voice anymore. It doesn't suit him. It's because the weather had been bad that season, so she couldn't blame herself for what had happened. I finally understood why Gold wanted me to find it. Isn't that the same for you? Royal looked puzzled at first, but his face slowly darkened in understanding. I told him about my encounter with the toy maker and witnessing the events of her past. I wasn't sure if he'd even believe everything I told him, but as I finished, his face twisted in surprise. If only I had the courage to help that woman, we wouldn't have been in this situation. Everyone would still be here, and Gold wouldn't have to suffer. It was Gold who wanted me to find this. I think she wants me to give you this for the same reason you gave it to her. No matter how much you want to change the past, the outcome will still be the same. Because the problem lied within Lord Deluxe, not you. Trying to read, but I'm like out of it. Oh my gosh, So please, stop blaming yourself. Royal squeezed the note in his hand, his body trembling, a single tear rolled down his cheek. My heart swelled, knowing Royal had finally gotten Gold's message for him. I absentmindedly played with my locket, hearing a soft crack as I did so. My heart. This is... Without thinking, I jumped and ran towards Gold's room, ignoring Royal's protests. Gold sat in her usual place, her lovely blue eyes staring at me expectantly. She still looked beautiful and surreal. I swallowed hard and began, with trembling hands, I placed the locket around her neck. A gold light embraced her and quickly surged out towards the rest of the room. I blinked a few times as light blinded my eyes. As my vision cleared, I saw a beautiful young lady in front of me. Are you... Thank you very much, Miss Aura, for giving me my heart back. And just slides in. Aura, what do you think you're... Royal stopped when he saw her. His face was a mixture of surprise and joy upon finally seeing Gold was human again. More loud footsteps followed Royal's, and soon everyone had piled into the room. What was that like just now? Gold smiled sweetly at everyone, tears streaming down her cheeks.
Everyone, I'm back! Yay, happiness.
Gold rushed to her family and all of them wrapped her in a tight embrace. My heart burst with happiness as I watched the family reunite. Their curse was finally lifted.
Yay! Ba 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 ba.
A few days had passed since Gold became human again. The house had been bustling with activity since then. They'd been trying to catch up after all those years of not being able to speak with her. There apparently had been a conflict between Sol and Dion I wasn't aware of. I'm sad now because I know what the conflict is between Sol and Dion because I did Sol's route. My lovely Sol. My first one. I wasn't aware of, but now that Gold was here, they were able to settle it for her sake. Now I'm sad because I miss Sol. Now I'm like, I want my Sol. He was precious. He was so sweet. Okay, now guys, stop focusing on Sol. We're on Royal's route. Okay. Things were finally back to normal for them. And it wouldn't be long before everyone found out that Deloc's curse had been lifted. I smiled in content as I watched them interact with each other, laughing and crying over afternoon tea. I was so glad their nightmare was over and they could go on with their lives at last. A sudden sadness swept over me. That meant I had to go on with my life as well. I didn't have a reason to stay here anymore. As I finished, I placed a few more desserts on the table. I caught sight of Royal smiling at Gold. My chest felt heavy as I recalled how hard I had attempted to get him to laugh, yet Gold's mere presence was enough to make him smile so genuinely. It was something only she could do. I bit my lip. It was tough as I was so far away from them now that Gold had come back. Then again, I was the outsider here in the first place. I reached for my chest, willing the aching feeling of jealousy to go away. Royal's eyes met mine. I gave him the best smile I could muster before turning to leave the room, empty platter in tow. As I walked down the hallway, I heard Royal call after me. Aura! I stopped and took a deep breath before facing him. What is it? Did I do something wrong again? I tried sounding like I was joking. It would have worked if only my voice hadn't cracked. Is something bothering you? I'm not gonna cry. Nope. No crying. It was weird hearing him ask me that. He'd never been so concerned about my feelings before. Sorry, I was just thinking that I'll probably leave soon, now that everything is back to normal. You're probably relieved to hear that I won't be here to bother you anymore. But just the thought of leaving this place I'd called home for the last few months hurt. Idiot. Do you really think I want you to leave? Royal walked closer to me and bent forward, closing the distance between us. I instinctively backed away. This would usually be one of the times he would hit me, but instead, I felt his lips touch my forehead. My heart started hammering against my chest.
What was that for?
Oh, he'd blushing now. Royal gazed at me, his cheeks slightly red. His lips curved into a small smile. A smile that I thought was only reserved for Gold. My heart skipped a beat. Gold.
Royal, where did you go?
She ruined the moment. My heart sank. You have to go. Gold is looking for you. Roy opened his mouth as if he was about to say something, but I quickly cut him off. Go. I forced a smile and then I left. Okay, I was like, please don't be over. Don't be over. That would have made me cry. My mind was set. I was gonna go fulfill my dream of becoming a chef. It hurt to leave everyone, but I didn't have a place to stay. I didn't have a place here anymore. Everyone had asked me to stay, even Royal, but I already made my decision. I had already finished cleaning my room that I had stayed in for months. I hadn't brought anything with me. My bag had been left behind somewhere in the forest, so packing wasn't a problem at all. Although Miss Maria did allow me to take some of her clothes. I looked around my room one last time. I'm really gonna miss this place. There was a soft knock, and Gold popped her head into the room.
Miss Aura, may I?
Sure, and please, just Aura is fine. Gold stepped inside, fiddling with her fingers nervously.
Are you really gonna leave us?
Everyone has done so much for me. I'm truly thankful for that, but I can't stay here anymore, Gold.
But it's the other way around. If it wasn't for you, the curse wouldn't have been broken. I owe you my life, Aura.
I waved my hands in front of me, embarrassed by her words. You don't owe me anything at all. And an awkward silence fell over us. How about Royal? You can't just leave him, can you? Oh no, music. You're gonna make me cry, man. Don't make me cry. My chest tightened. Royal and I have never been on good terms with each other. But then I remember what Royal had said before about wanting me to stay. Gold walked towards me and took my hands in hers, her eyes shining with determination.
The heart does not lie, Aura. I know how you feel about him. My heart has spent quite some time near yours due to the curse, after all.
I opened my mouth to protest, but the loud thumping in my chest insisted she was right, and that I couldn't deny it anymore. I was in love with Royal, but his heart belonged to her. I don't want Royal to be sad again. Not after he finally found someone he really cares about.
Huh? That's impossible. It's obviously you're the one he loves.
Gold gave me a look, as though I had just said the most absurd thing in the world.
You've got it wrong, Aura. Royal did tell me once he wanted to marry me when we were young, but that's in the past now. And what feelings he has to me isn't love, but guilt. Besides, I've seen how he looks at you. It's the same way Lily looks at Big Brother Soul.
I couldn't help but feel embarrassed, yet a part of me didn't want to believe her. Royal was so dedicated to Gold that I doubted his feelings would change just like that. I jumped when I noticed Royal standing by my door.
Speak of the devil.
Do you need to talk to Gold? Royal looked at me seriously. I need to talk to you, Aura. Gold gave me a triumphant smile, as if telling me she was right before scampering out of my room to leave us alone. However, once in the hallway, she paused and smiled at Royal.
Royal, you now have a new princess to protect.
Oh, I do. Royal answered her without hesitation as he walked towards me. I gasped when I felt his warm, soft lips on mine. All too soon, he'd pulled away, and my cheeks flushed. I was sure that my face... Don't get that. I didn't see any of that. I can't help but cry at that. It's just too beautiful. Okay, gotta get the tears out. Okay, 1, 2. Okay. I was sure my face must have matched his in color. Oh, look at that face. I told myself a long time ago I would no longer let myself get close to anyone. I closed my heart because I was afraid of losing someone important to me again. The more I cared about others, the more I'd be hurt when I lost them. But when it came to you, it was just so difficult to keep my vow. You constantly got on my nerves, and you didn't know when to give up. Then I found myself drawn to you.
Royal?
Is it okay for me to be selfish just this once? Sometimes I just want to keep you to myself and never let you go. Oh, deep down, I already knew the answer. Idiot, you didn't have to ask because I might end up being more selfish. Oh, there's more! Oh, ah! In the end, I decided to stay in the deluxe mansion with Royal. At this moment, the most important thing was for me to always stay by his side. Ooh, nighttime. After cooking tonight's meal and cleaning up, I decided to stay in the garden to admire the view of the countless stars that were dancing in the sky. Mother, I'm sorry for not for becoming the best chef in the world, but I'll make sure to be the best chef for the Deluxe family. A pair of strong arms suddenly wrapped around from behind me. I was ensnared in Royal's tight embrace. Royal, is something wrong? Royal snuggled closer. His breath tickled my neck. Nothing. I just wanted to hold you. I laughed. What? I still can't get used to you being so sweet. Why? Would you prefer me to be grumpy?
Maybe, because then I can tease you, but you being sweet like this is adorable.
I smiled and placed my hand over his. Truthfully, I don't care which side of you that you show to me, because in the end, you're still the same Royal that I love. I thought over how I had ended up here. It was because I had been chasing a dream. I used to be so focused on becoming the best chef and wasted time whining about my obstacles when I first arrived. But eventually, I completely forgot about it. Maybe it was because I'd been alone for so long, it felt good to be a part of a family again, even if it was only going to be just for a short while. But then I realized I had been chasing after a false dream all this time. I did not mean to skip that. Because what I wanted was simply to find a place where I could belong. And I finally found it. Normal end, of course, because I read online, you gotta get specific choices, you gotta do a specific order of choices to get it to work. All that stuff, thanks for playing, we hope you enjoyed it. Of course I did! So let's take a peeky book. That was not what I wanted. I wanted a gallery. Yeah, we got, okay, I missed one. So we go back and get it? What are we on for time? I have no idea. I think that I got the, I still need that one. Since I think I got the normal end, I'm gonna leave it there. We're done with Royal's route. Yay! So, I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll go back to get the good end or whatever the other end is because, whatever this is the good end. Same for the other guys. I'm not going to show those yet because just in case. But yeah, I'm going to go back and eventually do that. But next up, we got this little piece of bear. I don't like Dion, his flirty face. I don't like it. Oh, okay, so that was Lockhart Royal's route normal end. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you liked it, poke that like button. Check out the rest of the stuff on my channel. If this is the first video you're watching, why are you watching this one? You should have watched the other Lockhart videos first. But don't forget to check out all my other videos. I got all that other cool stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video, whenever and wherever that'll be. So see you then. Bye!